Okay, we're back on the road again. I had to go home and went to do my DOT physical. I've never gotten anything under a 2-year physical, but they sat me in there. Man, they're trying real hard to fail these drivers. I'll tell you what. I had to walk on my heels, walk on my toes, up, stand with it was like a sobriety test. Stand with my eyes closed, lean my head back for 30 seconds, and all that, and they couldn't. I managed to pass all that. So they took a measuring thing and measured my neck and said my neck was 1 inch too thick. I had to have a sleep acme test. So they only gave me a 3-month one. I've never had under a 2-year. And so now I got to go spend, I don't know how much money on this stupid test. I know I don't have sleep apnea, but they monitor you, and if they want you on that CPAP, I had a good friend of mine, he's a truck driver, he did it, and he said he didn't have it, but he couldn't keep it on all night, and he told him he didn't keep it on all night, and they said that he failed and he had sleep apnea and all this stuff, so who knows. Anyway, I asked a question on my channel, how you people feel about the gap theory, and I was asked what my opinion is, and I got to tell you, it would be just an opinion. I listen to some people teach on it, and I go, oh yeah, definitely gap theory. Then I listen to somebody else teach on it, and I go, oh yeah, no, not gap theory. I think it's Exodus 20, maybe verse 11 or so. It says that he made all things in 6 days. And so the people that say there wasn't a gap say, well, see, he made everything. But then in Job, you got the sons of God shouting out at the creation. So they were definitely here before the creation. Kent Hovind, who has gone off the deep end, by the way, says that no, even Satan was created in the 6th day of creation. But I honestly don't know. I don't think it's anything to break fellowship over by any means. I don't think there's enough scriptural in the scripture to say one way or the other. Now I know a lot of people go into the deeps, and they really got to. I mean, Ruckman and them did that, and they really had to. Ruckman said it's not a gap theory, it's a gap fact. And when I was in school, I learned it that way, that yes, it was the gap, and that's where you get all the dinosaur bones, and all that was before Genesis chapter 2. And it may very well be. Now they go to 2 Peter and talk about the flood in the water and out of the water, and that's not Noah's flood, but just reading that without anybody teaching you anything, you would obviously think that is most definitely Noah's flood he's talking about there. It says replenish the earth, and that's exactly what he told Adam to do, is be fruitful and replenish the earth. Now I can go back to Hebrew, and they can say, well, the replenish in the Hebrew means plenish and all that, but I stick with the English. And then in Noah's day it said the exact same thing, be fruitful and replenish, which gives you the idea that maybe there was something before. It seems like the earth was out without form and void, and the gap theory is this, if I got it right, and if I don't jump on me too bad, I'm not an expert on this, but Genesis 1, in the beginning God created the heaven and the earth, complete, perfect. And Satan was the ruler, Lucifer was the ruler over that earth. And then at some point he fell. And when he fell, it put it into a chaotic state. And then the earth was without form and void. And then what you got in verses 2 through, chapter 2 is recreation. I think you got to stretch it to really see that. I don't see it as clear as a lot of people do. But then again, I'm open to any explanations. I know there's a lot of people that know their Bible a lot better than I do that do believe in it. And there's a lot of people that know their Bible a lot better than me that do not believe in it. So if you want to, leave your opinion here. And again, this is, I am definitely not dogmatic on this subject. This is a subject that I bounce back and forth across. I heard Peacock do a long thing on the deeps. And I thought, wow, he's got it. And then I heard some other young earth creationalists. But now if I do believe in or if there was a gap theory, that does not prove evolution like they want to make, like Hovind will say, well, they want to make a gap theory to prove evolution. That is not the intention at all. I believe there were probably dinosaurs on the earth until, King George. They say that he killed a dinosaur. I mean, there were probably, after the flood, they were much smaller. Before the flood, everything lived to be about 900 years old, and a reptile just continues growing and growing. And so he didn't have, so they would have gotten a lot bigger. And then after the flood, there were smaller dinosaurs. You can look it up. There's all kinds of, now Hovind does have a good film on that where he, I think at the age of the earth or something, and he goes into the dinosaurs and they called them dragons, and there's all kind of evidence. There's rocks with dragons on, with dinosaurs carved in them, and all kind of stuff. Even ancient Babylon, that ancient wall has what looks like a brontosaurus or two on it, and that would have been in Nebuchadnezzar's day. So I don't think that the dinosaurs had to die out necessarily in the flood. And there were giants in the land before the flood and even after that. So I don't know. I think after the flood, the atmosphere certainly changed and everything. But it does say that the waters below the firmament and the waters above the firmament, the waters went above the firmament, which a lot of people would call the deep. And so I don't know. I'm not that educated on it, but that's where, and then it kind of made a greenhouse effect around the earth, and it didn't have to rain before the flood. And then and that's where the water that came from the flood down from the deeps, and then then you hear that the water exploded out of the earth, and like the mountain ranges and stuff. I don't believe the mountain ranges were here like they are now before or after the flood. I think all that got made during the flood, during the waters of the deep exploding into the atmosphere, and it slung rocks, probably why there's so many craters on the moon. I mean, you can go as deep as you want into this subject, and I have watched a lot of stuff on it. But if I had to say one way or the other, I would have to say I don't know for sure. I kind of lean towards it, but I cannot prove it with scripture. Anyway, that's my opinion. God bless you. study those Bibles. I really enjoy your opinions on this. And again, there's no wrong opinion. If you disagree with me or anybody else, that's fine. I'm asking an opinion. But, and I don't want to cause arguments or anything. It's just Christian brothers and sisters, talking about the book. But read that book and pray without ceasing. And if you would, pray for me that I'm on a real strict diet now so I can lose some weight and get my physical, because I have to support my family and they're trying to take my livelihood away. And God bless you and have a wonderful day.